I'm Kelly Swoop with your WMAR 2 News update. For the first time since Detective Sean Suiter was shot and killed in West Baltimore, his widow Nicole is speaking. She had a lot to say about his death, his life, and now this new report by an independent review board that suggests her husband killed himself. Mrs. Suiter spoke first to WMAR 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kubler.
Obviously, that report is generating an incredible amount of reaction tonight, but none more important than from his widow, Nicole, who spoke publicly for the very first time since her husband's death. The last time Nicole Suiter spoke to her husband was an hour before his death. They joked about a video of him dancing. He asked when she would get home from work that night. He planned to stay up.
What have the last months been like for you?
Hell.
In her first ever interview, and flanked by both her attorneys and Sean's attorney, Jeremy Eldridge, Nicole Suiter read a statement she wrote last night upon hearing the independent review board's finding that her husband committed suicide. She says she is not saying this as just a grieving widow, but an aware individual.
Based on the fact that no one knew my husband better than I will not accept the untimely death of Sean as nothing other than a murder which is being covered up for reasons unknown to me or my family.
Suiter points to what she says are inconsistencies and inaccuracies in this 207-page report. Chief among them is her husband's alleged connection to the GTTF. In this report, it says Daniel Hersl pleaded guilty in the GTTF scandal and cooperated to possibly implicate Suiter. But in fact, Daniel Hersl did not plead guilty. He did not cooperate in a plea deal, and Baltimore spent 3 weeks watching him and Marcus Taylor stand trial. Nicole also wants to know why she wasn't interviewed as part of this process and how the board was able to determine her husband's state of mind without contacting his family and friends. A question we put to the chair and co-chair of the IRB in today's news conference.
Did you speak to Nicole Suiter? Did you speak to any of his children? Did you speak to his family or friends about where his state of mind was beyond just this grand jury testimony?
We did not do any kind of psychological analysis. We didn't do any kind of post-mortem about that.
We do not attempt to understand what he was thinking, what his state of mind was when he took the actions that he did. We can't surmise that about Detective Suiter.
So then I go back to my original question. With 100% certainty, can you say that Sean Suiter committed suicide?
We can say that we've increased the confidence in the finding of the report, and that's where we're going to leave it.
But Nicole asks, where does that leave her? The IRB has no real authority and says this report and their factual findings of suicide should be viewed as evidence in what BPD still refers to as an open case. A copy has also been delivered to the state medical examiner. Suiter's attorneys say there is no physical evidence in this report and are gearing up for a fight if, in fact, any determination of Sean Suiter's death is changed. More limbo for a widow who says every day is still a challenge.
Yeah, it's like reopening wounds all over again.
Have you and your family in any way been able to heal at all?
No.
Nicole Suiter believes her husband was murdered, and there is still a suspect out there. She also told us today that she has a letter from the United States Attorney here in Baltimore clearing Sean Suiter of any wrongdoing. Her attorneys say it is yet another factor the IRB report does not include in reaching its conclusion of suicide.
Now, Suiter's attorneys say they are preparing for a fight if the state medical examiner changes Suiter's manner of death because of this report. At stake, state and federal benefits, including her late husband's pension. Stay with us online at WMAR2news.com all day for updates on top stories and breaking news. Also for weather and news while you're on the go, download the WMAR2 News app in the App Store. You can get live radar and breaking news sent straight to your phone. Thanks for watching. I'm Kelly Swoop.